You know? Just, wait, can I broadcast like I hit video record? Oh, I can. I don't know why I didn't know that. Probably might be because I'm recently stupid. Okay. Okay, so first of all, before I get into anything, I just wanted to say something. Okay, I didn't read this article because I wanted to react to it on stream. Sorry if I don't do anything. So, I was gonna name my bison Einheit Paguro Bay. Now, if you don't know, you might be wondering, what does a random word like Paguro mean? Well, first of all, in 2001 film Luca, it's actually Luca's last name. His name is Paguro. And if you don't know why his name is that, it's actually because Paguro is actually short for Paguroidea, which is actually the scientific classification for hermit crabs. And you know, I like the film. I like crabs. Crabs are cool, and because I wanted to make sure I've got the right name for this place. I'm like, I'm gonna look this up on the World Wide Web. We're gonna see if this name is actually. I'm sorry if I don't want to like let people join. I like to do it solo. So before I do go into this in depth, I checked it and I found seven random facts of why you shouldn't own. What's it called? I'm sorry if I don't do this. So I'm like, how long do not current hermit crabs live?
Okay.
And apparently, and I found it's like 30 years. I'm like, okay. And I look on the bottom. It's like, why you should never own a hermit crab. I'm like, okay, that's kind of odd. Hermit crabs are cool. It's from PETA. I'm clicking this. I'm not going to click it on my iPad. I don't want it to track and say, oh, I like PETA. Oh my god. Growing up, let's see. One, just about every land hermit crab sold in a souvenir shop or mall has been captured from his or home in the world. Okay. And rarely bred in captivity. That's literally... What? What are they gonna do? Would you rather, like, wait, what? Breed a freaking tiger? Wait for it to, like, literally be birthed? And, like, wait for it to grow up? Or would you rather just catch one from the freaking wild? It's a quicker process. Hermit crab meets lots of friends. They thrive in large colonies. And they often sleep piled up together. Then buy more hermit crabs. That's all you gotta do to solve that problem. Oh no, hermit crabs like to have friends? Put them damn things in a freaking pack. Guinea pigs are the same way. Guinea pigs thrive way better when you put them in a group. Guinea pigs like to be together. That's their geology. Okay, let's see. Hermit crabs can live for more than 30 years in their natural habitats. Well, hermit crabs can live up to 30 years if you take care of them correctly. That's when they're to their caretakers, captive Hermes might seem like they're acting normally, but over time, many crabs actually die slowly from suffocation because their modified gills require high humidity over it to breathe. Okay, first of all, that's not the crab's problem; it's the owner's problem. 5. Hermit crabs are often slowly poisoned by their water or their toxic paint adorning their shells. Crabs don't care if they are orange or purple, but they pay with their lives because humans do. What? Then don't paint hermit crabs. And you wanna know how you fix a painted shell? You just get another shell. Hermit crabs will literally, when their bodies get big for their shells, they shed their shells and they go onto another shell. Hermit crabs literally form lines to exchange shells with one another. It's very interesting. Hermit crab trade hurts wild crabs too. Workers collect thousands of shells from the ocean every year in order to paint them and sell them with pet crabs and deprive wild hermit crabs of homes. Okay, I'd see... Like, this is bullshit. Okay, collecting shells. Okay, shells are beautiful. Who doesn't like shells? Everyone loves shells, like seashells. Everybody just loves seashells. and people like art, so why not combine the two and make an artistic little shell? Like, PETA, you're not making sense. If you ever submit, like, a report to me about a claim, like a scientific claim, and you use PETA as its source, I'm automatically not... I'm disregarding the file, and I'm not putting it shredder. I'm going to take my dragon torch and burn it. If you ever send me a paper in the mail, and it's about a PETA report, and, like, if it's backed by PETA, I'm burning it, okay? It's gonna get hit with a few propane torches, and that stuff's gonna be incinerated fast. Like... Wow. Like, PETA doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, hermit crabs, you shouldn't get them because they're bought in large clusters. Yes, you shouldn't get guinea pigs in singles. However, we're not broke, but we don't have a lot of money to care for, like, more than one guinea pig, so we're not gonna get more than one guinea pig. And plus, sometimes why you don't have more is because, I don't know, people don't want more, they like one pet, or maybe sometimes even, like, for example, for guinea pigs, sometimes when you introduce them, you want to be careful because they can become aggressive. Especially this happens with fish, too. Like, I'm sorry, but hermit crabs, I don't know if they care if they're in captivity. They just want us. Like, think about it. You're giving them food. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm kept in a cage where I'm safe from anything that tries to eat me, and I'm fed a constant supply of food, I'm actually kind of like it. As long as, like, you know, the environment's good, then that's cool. That's cool. Oh, hey, villager. Like, nobody likes PETA, dude. I hear PETA, like, at, like, what? The early 2010s, they used to be actually somewhat good of a cause, or early 2000s. They were such a good company, but they spiraled off control. Like, why? Why did they spiral out of control like this? So yeah, that's why I literally looked up Paguroidia. So yeah, maybe I should name another area in this area Paguro Bay. Rolls off the tongue, you know? Paguro Bay. And guys, I hope you are enjoying the COD video I uploaded last night. Sorry for all the strong language. I can't, man. That video is funny as hell. I honestly love it. It's, like, but seriously though, if you're those person that won't be friends with someone because they're quote-unquote, like, liberal or conservative, or they believe something else in you, like, if you're gonna shame them for doing that, you're actually in the wrong here, okay? Not to be the justice warrior over here, but why would you shame people for being a liberal, dude? I don't care if my friends are liberals, conservatives, or anything. As long as they're nice people, I'm okay. Like, just don't shame people for their beliefs. Excuse me. Unless they like eating little girls, like they just love eating their little dead bodies, and you might want to speak out against that, because that's a little bit effed up. Being a horrible person is cool now, quote. Oh my god, that is loud. Man, is it really that loud? Because my headphones are on? Please, if it's too loud, no. I try to keep the volume relatively low, that way I try to, like, disrupt the audio quality. The reason I try to disrupt the audio quality is that way I can't get copyright struck. I don't I know it's shameful, but, you know, it's hard to get not copyright struck. And I swear to God, in 20th March, Article 13 is to be deleted from the directive. In the end, 348 voted for and 274 voted against. In 2018, support in the European Parliament has led to the European Party's group and the Progressive Alliance and Socialist Democrats to legislators. I honestly hope Article 13 doesn't actually get passed. I think it is passed. I hope, and if it is passed, and I've heard it's passed, but there's no way in hell people actually thought that this is a good idea. Like, those people that thought that Article 13 is an actual good idea, they don't know what the internet is, and they don't know how it works. If it happens, if Article 13 actually were to be, like, affected, I think my channel would be just banished. I listen to videos in the background, and I play my video games. What, of the, like, what, at least 1,100 videos I own, like, 5 of them would survive? The Purge? So, if you voted for Article 13, I want you to reconsider your decisions in your life that have led you to this position. And I want you to consider that you have taken action to ruin the internet for people like yourself, your friends, your family, and all the other people that use it.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I'm just gonna say before we get any further into this video that today is a highlight, okay? These kinds of videos do not come along every day. This is gonna be one of my favorite videos of all done, and I think for good reason here. So something unfolded on Twitter, okay, and it was kind of personal, okay, because a friend showed me this, okay, and he was like, hey dude, do you see this? Like, this is insane. And the moment that I saw this all going down, I was like, I know I gotta make a video about this, because I don't know what it is about people and like coming to the internet to just brag about doing moronic, horrible things to other people for absolutely no reason, but it seems like people forget that, like, other people can see the things that you say and they can form their own opinions about them. And that's exactly what happened here today. So today we're going to be taking a look at a girl who basically exposed herself for being a piece of human garbage. I mean, in all reality, I mean, literally creating so much waste that it had to be noted. So they came to Twitter on their account to share multiple reports, basically, of them being a horrible tenant on Airbnb. So Airbnb is basically like a service where you can find like apartments or homes or whatever to rent for a few days at a time. It's basically like getting a more personal hotel. And of course, the owners of your Airbnb can set rules. For instance, most of them set like a no smoking policy. A lot of them have like a no policy,
that's simple. No smoking.
No party policy, things like that.
That's simple, not bad.
They don't want you destroying the house or whatever, so they set up some rules. But apparently it's cool to just not listen to that, man. And apparently it's cool to just be the worst type of person that you can be for this entire thing. And not only that, apparently it's cool to come to social media to just tell the whole world about it. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to present the evidence to you guys first. We'll go ahead and react to that. And then you really need to watch through this video because it's literally just going to be complete gold all the way through, man. Like, the reaction that I got and everything is just spectacular. Warning, do not host Nika. Nika and her sister and their cat stayed in our boutique hotel for 5 nights. During their stay, they locked themselves out of their room several times at all hours of the day. They left 3 full garbage bags of trash, cat litter, cat food, sticky foods and drinks, and drug paraphernalia scattered across every inch of the guest room. We spent over 5 hours cleaning the room in order to get it back to normal. We have a strict no pets rule, so finding the cat in the room was a surprise. They also burnt a hole in our new and expensive bench pad. There was so much food, cat litter, and cat food smeared into the carpet that we had to get the carpets shampooed and then block the room off so that it could dry. We of course are trying to collect from them through the Resolution Center, but my hopes are not high. Before they left, they tried to extend their stay, but their card was declined. You've been warned. They shared a bathroom with guests who were renting another room. Nika is a sweet, delightful young person with some distinct practices that may not align with some hosts. We enjoyed interacting with her in our home. However, she did ask to stay additional nights, did not pay for her final night, and left the room and bathroom in a disappointing condition. A ruined rug and burns on an easy chair cushion, burn mark on bathtub, ash from saging all over, remarkable amount of ash, many burn marks in the new sheets, a 33-gallon bag of food waste, cat... Who are you? Really? Cat litter and cat food in every corner.
Okay, I'm sorry. If I heard that I rented my house and somebody actually came over and did the stuff that's being described, I would find where you live and I would egg the actual hell out of your house. I'd egg it, I'd spray paint the actual crap out of it, I would break all your windows, and then I would take a cigarette, light it, and then burn it into your couches.
Her to pay for the final night and additional cleaning fees. She accused us.
I'll probably take like a pickaxe and break your driveway though too.
Our other guests shared that Nika told them about how she's complained about hosts in the past in order to get reimbursement or free stays through Airbnb as a practice. We have no way of confirming this, only share so others know this came up. Nika should never be permitted to rent a space through Airbnb. She left a disastrous mess in the bedroom. She snuck a cat and put litter in the litter box in the closet. The linens were filthy, left on the floor and covered with cat litter, cat food, etc.
Sorry,
burned
villagers.
incense and a washcloth, smoked on the front porch and left the butts on the floor. Once we discovered the condition of the room, she left unannounced after being informed that she was not welcome to stay the night. Many bags of debris and food had to be thrown away as Nika suggested. The whole experience was unfortunate and sad. She's a very troubled young woman. Okay, so where do I even fucking begin? I mean, the fact that somebody actually lives like this and finds this like an acceptable way to behave, go about their life, I'm stunned. But, I mean, the shit that's being detailed here is just beyond anything, okay? And it's unexcusable, okay? So first and foremost, I'm a daily smoker, okay? I don't smoke nicotine, I smoke weed. I'm high right now, okay? I don't think people who don't smoke realize how much effort you have to put into actually fucking burning things, okay? I smoke every single day. I have never burned my bed sheets. I've never burned my clothing. I've never burned shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to put fucking effort into it. Like, you have to deliberately, like, hold the lit end of, like, a blunt or whatever you're smoking onto whatever is being burned and, like, kind of hold that shit there and let it burn through in order for that kind of damage to be done. This isn't some oopsie-daisy, I ashed and the cherry fell out and it's burned through the hole through all this shit. No, that's not what's going on. It's just straight up fucking vandalism, okay? The whole thing
Vandalism is such a scummy thing to do.
all these rules,
I know I said I would do something like this if someone did it. Honestly,
it's fucking vandalism, and honestly, it pisses me off.
Could say
it
I'm
pisses
wrong.
me off because of the
It's
way
kind
that
of
she
deserved
came
if you
to
do
Twitter
something like
to
this.
kind of brag about it, right? She, on her public account, screen recorded all of this and put up like a 2-minute video detailing all this stuff, which I now have screenshots of, telling the world what she did. So that was the evidence, okay? That's what you saw. Also, as a cat owner myself, yeah, you don't get cat litter all through the fucking house, okay? If you take care of your cat's litter box, there's barely even litter that comes outside of the cat box, let alone being tracked all through the house and all in your bed and stuff. Like, that's just not acceptable. So, absolutely filthy human conditions, and then comes to Twitter to brag about it. So, this you? Yes, bro. Wait, none of these hosts are like cool or decent people. I'd never do that to someone's home if they were a good person. So what you see here is the attempt to morally justify vandalizing people's fucking properties that they own and put out through Airbnb to make money, basically ruining people's property that they use for income, being a complete fucking dirty butt, you know what I'm saying? Just not being a clean person, just being a bad person in general, trying to morally excuse it. Oh, they're not good people, which I find funny because how are you anyone to call anyone a good fucking person when you're legitimately bragging to us right now that you're a vandal, that you're a fucking menace to society, that you're a threat to the nation, that you're a hazard to the public, and you're telling me that, oh, if they were a good person, you know, I wouldn't burn their fucking shit with my smoke. I wouldn't have my cat in the house even though they asked me not to. Like, that's not even a hard rule to follow, bro. So this was all put out onto Twitter, and I see all this, and I make it public, you know? I retweet it, I quote tweet it, and I say something about it, and I call them out for this shit. And then they come to me, and they start begging for me to delete my tweets and to stop talking about it. This is where it gets funny. Can you please delete this tweet? I wasn't showing off. This is my private account, and I would really appreciate if you take this down. I really just want a private account, please. Thank you. Okay, well, let me go ahead and explain this for you here.
Yep, you just got leaked.
Which, by the way, is not the name that you're using on Airbnb, so I'm not going to delete my tweets, and I'm not going to hold off from making this video, because you deserve to be publicly shown for doing this shit. And you even agree with me that this should be public information, considering the fact that you spent 2 full minutes recording these complaints, putting all of these details about yourself out, publishing them to twitter.com on a public account, might I add, and then attempting to fucking defend it to people who started responding to you, stunned in all reality, that you were showing what you were showing. So yes, you were showing off. You literally took all the effort in the world to put this shit out. You then defended the actions, and you're now not showing off because somebody with thousands of followers decided to speak out on the shit you were doing. Keep in mind, this would all still be public. This would all still be on her Twitter account. Her account would be public. Had I not said that I was going to make this video and quote tweeted her. If that never happened, if I never interacted with her, she'd still be telling on herself. Second off, this is not your private account. In fact, actually, it is now your private account, now that after I said something, you went through the fucking trials and tribulations of making your account private, which apparently you couldn't do from the jump, even though you wanted that so desperately. This is all on you. You put all the evidence. Like, there's nothing in this video that I've shown that isn't directly uploaded to the internet by you. This video would not be possible without you. This is like a fucking PBS program. Today's special is sponsored by viewers like you. Thank you.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You are the reason that this is happening to yourself. And I hope that you learn a couple lessons from this. Number one, don't be a fucking piece of shit. Don't damage other people's property and act like that's cool. Don't tell on yourself on the internet if you think that this is acceptable behavior, knowing that no one's going to support this. And then don't lie about that shit. Keep in mind, the things that have been accused against her, if it really wanted to be pursued by these Airbnb hosts, could turn into fucking criminal charges. She's literally put all of the evidence out there to suggest that this was intentional vandalism because she doesn't believe that these are cool people, and yet she's upset.
I bet you those people work harder than their freaking one day than she has in her freaking lifespan.
Better than this. Hey, you know what I'm saying? If they saw this, they should be ashamed. But it's okay, because after it was all said and done, she had a perfect response to everything. Okay, whatever. Everyone hating on me, I'll vandalize your house next. Yep, because nothing says, you know, oh, hey, I want a private account. I'm not bragging about this. You know, I just want this to go away. It was just all a big mistake, like threatening to vandalize people's houses, whether you're joking or not. Keep in mind, this all came out after I basically told her to go fuck herself and told her that I was going to continue basically roasting her for this. I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, she brought it on her fucking self. I mean, with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here.
Who never uses Optifine?
Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. If you follow me over on Twitter, maybe more of this kind of shit will happen. I don't know.
Brooke Hobbs is really not nice to her dog.
Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at another episode of people who don't know how to treat animals. So, didn't think we'd be back so soon, but Alinity is not the only example of somebody who does not know how to treat an animal on the internet now that has made a example out of themselves. So, I wake up to basically everybody going crazy online over this new incident that when this happened. Apparently a video went up recently on this girl's channel, and it just kind of blew up all over the whole community, and she's just getting destroyed, and it's a good thing. So the thing is this one is nothing like Alinity when it comes down to it. Like, everyone really destroyed Alinity when it came down to what she did. She got called all kinds of different things, and she was really labeled an animal abuser and whatnot. When you look at what she did and you look at what this girl did, I don't think they're really even comparable. I mean, I didn't show the video clips of what Alinity did because I was afraid that maybe YouTube would consider that something that would, like, age restrict the video or something like that. Usually they enforce really weird rules. They're hypersensitive over a lot of things. I'm almost certain that they would do something to this video if I showed this, because this girl, Brooke House, literally in her video strikes this animal several times, pins this dog against the ground, spits on it, she kicks it at one point, screams at it several times, all in the span of one video, by the way. So I think we can all agree that that all far exceeds anything Alinity ever did. So taking all that into consideration, that's far worse than anything Alinity did. I mean, Alinity, at the end of the day, she threw her cat over her shoulder. She, you know, had the cat lick alcohol off of her lips when she kissed it. Really stupid decisions. Nothing even comparable to what Brooke did to her dog. This situation's definitely worse. This girl is apparently just a YouTuber. I mean, this isn't taking place on Twitch, so I don't know how the rules are going to be enforced on this one. I would assume YouTube is going to have to do something about this. Now, she posted this video, right? And it was supposed to be a prank on her dog, where she, like, put up this clear saran wrap or something, and the dog was supposed to walk into it. And apparently she didn't edit it properly, and she left in all the clips of her abusing her dog. And that's how she basically, you know, exposed herself online.
She's a shitty editor, though. She actually forgot
to leave those clips in the video. That's the explanation that we've all gotten. And I will, of course, go
That's how you
over
get a dog
her
out of a
apology and
hole
her
without using a lead.
explanation, her quote-unquote apology, aka her sob story. And we're going to go ahead and logically demolish that one. By the way, Mr. Pigskin will be making a return here in a little while if you're interested in that one. So that's how this whole thing pretty much unfurled, and I don't really understand how you can edit a video and accidentally leave in, you know, like 7 different clips of you abusing your animal, and it just be like a total accident. Oh, it was just an accident, everybody. I can understand, like, accidents during editing. Oh, I accidentally left in this clip of audio I didn't mean to leave in, where, like, I coughed or something like that. Just a little bit of a misstep during editing.
Yeah,
edited like
I've done it. I think the only editing error I actually did was, it was in the jackpot scam video, and I actually put, something that wasn't chronologically aligned. Like, a clip that was supposed to come before accidentally came after. It wasn't really too big. That's, like, the only error I've made in my editing.
Long video, just one little clip, messed up. But when you make, like, a 5-minute video, and you leave in 7 clips of you kicking a dog and you know, holding it down and spitting on it and smacking it and chasing it into the other room to strike it, you know, I think that's a tad bit different. That's behavior that maybe you want to comb over it a couple times to make sure we got all those clips out. But no, apparently this chick is too stupid to do that. That would make too much sense. So she exposed herself to everybody. The video gets bombarded with hate. And, you know, everyone picks up on it. Keemstar, Bo Blacks, everybody. You know, I talk about it. Everyone's talking about it, man. So she posts her reaction to it all over the place, because, you know, you gotta, hold on, we're gonna type in her name here because I'm unprepared. It's a one-man show here, folks. You gotta be prepared, right? Anyway, so she puts up this post on her Twitter, and it just gets crucified, folks. You know, to everyone who's been commenting on my social media as of recently, 4 pages. Anything I say isn't going to make those who believe I'm a bad person stop believing that. You're right, and I'm aware of this. I apologize to anyone who's been affected, wrong affected, by the way, negatively by the footage. I think the first person you should apologize to is probably the dog that you've been abusing, off camera, I guarantee, and on camera. Because I can only imagine what the dog goes through off camera. If you're comfortable recording this just to edit
like
it out,
buying
you
a
know
pet, feeding it, and then kicking it in the butt.
Uncut footage. On the day in particular the video was filmed, and actually this past week, things in my outside life have been less than exceptional.
Oh my god, don't use your life as an example.
Things in my life have just been so terrible that I've just had to be really mean to my dog.
Don't use that as an excuse. That's like saying I have the right to shoot up a school because I have depression, dude. Don't go there, idiot.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the victim card or anything of that sort, but I am going to play the victim card. The bubbly, happy-go-lucky Brooke that you often see in my videos is typically an accurate representation of me, but it's obvious that I'm playing up my mood in this video when I'm clearly actually...
Yeah, sure, run it.
Yeah, most people like you play up your representation of yourself in every single video because your personality is already devoid as possible. I know I'm being harsh, but that's just the truth. These people have no personality, so they hyperextend it almost. Like, if you watch even more than 3 of their videos, they all act the same. Basic white girl, they're loud, they all act the exact same. It's the same song and dance with all of them. Hey everybody, it's Brock! Welcome back to another video! Today I'm gonna abuse my dog! It's the same song and dance, folks, but it doesn't excuse you abusing your animal. That being said, this does not justify me yelling at my dog in the way that I did, and I'm fully aware of that. About time. Should I have gotten as angry as I did in the video? No. Should I have raised my voice and yelled at him? No. Yeah, these are the 2 things that you should have addressed right off the beginning. You know, you getting as angry as you did and you raising your voice. Not you striking the animal repeatedly, kicking it, spitting on it, and hitting it, holding it down. Those aren't the things that should have been addressed. However, when my 75-pound Doberman is jumping up in my face with its mouth open, I do as a dog parent have to show him that this behavior is unacceptable. I like how the weight has to be included as if this is like the heaviest dog on planet Earth. And if you can't handle a 75-pound dog jumping up on you, don't get a 75-pound dog. But I want to make it known,
my dog was like 150 pounds.
I should not have acted that way towards him. Yeah, that's probably the truth. I want to clarify that I'm not a dog abuser or an animal abuser in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who has
well, Peter will probably say it's acceptable because that's Peter.
Able to clearly see that. My dog in no way, shape, or form was hurt by any
Maybe this is why I'm bad at Call of Duty, is I hold the controller the wrong
yeah, that
way.
makes a lot of sense, Brooke. You kicked, hit, spit on, and held a dog down. The dog recoiled from your hits several times. The dog audibly was upset by your actions in the video. The dog whimpered in pain. Yeah, your dog was not hurt by your actions. I know people are going to say you don't really know how he feels.
I would believe it if it was a German Shepherd, but this ain't a German Shepherd.
But if he was audibly and physically in pain, it would be a different story. Well, it is a different story because he was. I also did not spit on my dog, but I understand how it could look like I did. Well, I mean, you kind of went off camera, leaned down in his face, and went... So, I mean, yeah, let's call a spade there. Did I get in his face and take unnecessary actions towards him? Yes, I did, and that was not the way I should have handled the situation. Did I spit on my dog? No. My family and I are in the process of getting him training. The training I've been looking at for him is very expensive because it had to be one-on-one with a trainer. Ever since he was attacked at the dog park, he isn't okay with being around other dogs. He sticks to me like Velcro if he's in the presence of another dog, even a little chihuahua. I can't see him getting what he needs from a group training environment. That being said, I know I can personally learn more effective techniques to get his energy out and keep him disciplined as well. I don't think you can because I think that you're a stupid person and I think you don't know how to handle this breed of dog. More or less, I don't think you could handle any dog, and I think that
I know if you kick a dog and when you do kick it, it rips your face off.
Power than probably a toothpick. Anyone who knows me personally knows I have an immense love for animals, including my own. I would never do anything.
Well, I don't say I hope she kicks it. I say if she kicks a dog, if she gets her face ripped to shreds.
Down repeatedly and then just edit out.
Why would you kick a dog?
Like I never did it. And then
that's how, like, literally, dogs are stronger than people. They can rip your face off and tear you up.
I'm fully aware of that. Look at that. That's funny, isn't it? I would never do anything to purposefully, physically, or mentally harm my animal, but I shouldn't have yelled at him or been as physically aggressive as I was, you know, but I didn't do any of those things. Remember, I just said that before. Brooke, just own up to it. You messed up. Just say, hey, I did something wrong. I admit that I did something wrong, and just own it. Everyone saw the video. We all know you did something wrong. He was not hurt, nor has he ever been purposefully hurt by me. I know I'll be in many future situations where he's being physical, but I will not respond this way again. Yeah, I'm sure you never will. I'm sure there'll never be a situation where, you know, your previous actions will never build character that leads to this exact reaction ever again. Family or friends that have spent any amount of time with Sphinx and me know that we have a trusting, loving relationship. All he wants to do is be by my side, cuddle with me, and be around me, which I love. My love is exponential and infinite, and I do anything I can in my day-to-day life to ensure that he is living as happily as he can. I'm sorry my actions in that particular moment did not reflect that. Then don't abuse your dog. It's really simple. I mean, about my Twitter, I deactivated my account earlier in the day. When I went to open it, I was met with an excess of notifications of people telling me I'm messed up, I'm a bad person, I'm going to hell, I belong in jail, etc. For my own mental health and for no reason besides that, because there's no other possibility, there's no other reason. I didn't think it was necessary for me to be reading those comments at that time. Lastly, I don't want to make this statement seem like it's me defending myself, because that's not my goal. I do want to point out what actually happened, though. My intent by explaining the situation is to give you, those of you who are rightfully angry with me, the explanation you deserve. I'm getting my dog training that the dog doesn't really need, because honestly, when you look at the clip, the dog is just being playful like any other dog. Dobermans act that way all the time. And I'm looking at ways at how I can personally improve how I train him at home. I'm sorry you guys had to watch the footage and were upset with it, and I'm sorry to my dog for raising my voice and acting aggressively. In my heart and from the words of the people that spent most of the time with me, I know I'm a great dog mom, no you're not, but not perfect, that I spoil him in the best ways, that he gets all the treats he could ever want, and the Amazon Prime mailman is probably tired of delivering packages of dog toys to my house. Here we go with the sympathy card of, oh, how great I treat my dog. Again, this doesn't make my actions in the footage okay, but I'm just explaining what my day-to-day life is really like, whether you believe me or not. On a serious note, I love you guys, and I want to thank you for pointing out the things that you think are wrong and discussing them. The world needs more of that. I hope you give me the chance to prove these statements are about myself do align with my actions. So basically, if you understand what's going on, what she did, she played the victim card, she made this all about herself, she deflected all the blame off of herself, and she made it out like she didn't really do anything wrong here. I mean, I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm not surprised. And yeah, she got ratioed really bad. There's almost 10,000 comments on this post compared to only 1,000 likes, so I definitely don't think there's been a very good positive reaction from the community to this. Honestly, I think she's just an idiot. That's what I really think the problem is. She's a manipulative person, she's an animal abuser, and I don't think she should have any control over this animal. People like H3H3 Productions have stepped up, and he even offered to buy the dog from her, name any price. Other creators have stepped up to speak out about it, and yeah, with that being said, I just wanted to show you guys that this is normal behavior. So, Mr. Pigskin, who is my pet, I just wanted to show him that I rule this household. He steps up and challenges me sometimes. The other day we were filming a skit, and I was just having a good day, man, and then he knocked me down. So today I got my revenge. So Mr. Pigskin, my old foe, you made me fall during our last fight.
Oh my god, it's Mr. Oh my god, I remember this.
I've been saving up this key for you for a long time. You've been a very bad Mr. Pigskin, and I'm gonna have to make you pay. It's time.
Brooks will not be punished for her dog video?
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be going through an update video with the whole Brooke House situation, which I'm sure you're probably familiar with, but if you're not, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the situation, and then of course there's a lot of new stuff that has come through this whole situation that we'll be talking about today. So if you're not familiar with this situation, pretty recently there was a situation that unfurled on social media involving a YouTube quote-unquote star, Brooke House. She's not really a star. I feel like the word star with YouTube gets thrown around too much. People call YouTubers stars, even if they have like 30,000 subscribers when they do stuff. Like for instance, this girl has 325,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. I mean, for God's sake, if she's a YouTube star, I mean, I'm also a YouTube star. I think it's ridiculous, honestly, the terminology that's being used here. I don't think that it's a YouTube star. If she had like 3
I always
million,
call
maybe,
cats that Kiggy.
No, YouTuber, yes. But this quote-unquote YouTube star, Brooke House, basically uploads a video, and I guess she does a lot of these videos with her dog involved, and in this video in particular that everyone has brought into question since, she basically uploads an unedited version of this video where she does a bunch of stuff, man, and she apparently did this by accident. But this unedited version of this video has her spit on the dog, she pushes the dog, she hits the dog, she yells at the dog, she abuses the dog. I mean, let's keep it a stack solid here. There's no real getting around it. It's animal abuse. I don't care what anyone says. This is flat out animal abuse. There is no getting around this one. I don't care what the LAPD says. this is flat out animal abuse. If I personally uploaded a video onto my YouTube channel where I was kicking and hitting and spitting on a dog and whatnot, people would tell me that I'm an animal abuser. I have a pretty good feeling that my local police department would most likely charge me with animal abuse. I'm sorry. I don't understand how this whole thing really kind of broke down the way it did, but that's how the situation turned out. Of course, she claimed that it was an accident, but I don't understand how you can accidentally upload
I accidentally kicked my dog, guys. You gotta believe me. That's totally an accident. I'm not an animal abuser. By the way, I accidentally hopped in my car and drove to work. That happened too. I accidentally hopped in my car, drove to work. I accidentally walked upstairs while awake and not sleepwalking.
And I would say very well deservingly so.
Dumbass.
She literally abused an animal on camera. I would say that she actually did deserve the outrage. One of the very few instances where I would say social media banded together, they destroyed somebody, and I would say, hey, maybe this person actually deserved it. So she got a bunch of crap. She posted a very horrible apology video. I'm sorry, it wasn't a video, it was a Twitter post, and it was complete garbage. And, just the typical apology where they actually don't apologize in reality. They just make excuses kind of thing. That's pretty much the gist of it, but there's more now. I kind of figured that the next update would actually be, the police telling us, hey, thanks for reporting the fact that this happened, everybody. Thanks for making a big deal out of this because we've now charged her with animal abuse. But the next update we've gotten, unfortunately, is that she will not be charged with animal abuse and that the LAPD is basically dropping the case because they don't think that there's enough evidence to charge her with animal abuse. Now, when I read this, I actually thought this was a prank. You know how you have like these satire websites like The Onion and stuff, and they'll post like the fake headlines, and you read them and you're like, oh, that's good satire, that's good like social commentary. No, this wasn't a joke. This was serious. Now, apparently there was an investigation after she did accidentally, quote-unquote, upload this footage last month that did show her punching, yelling, pushing, spitting on her Doberman Pinscher Sphinx. Now, the LAPD Animal Cruelty Task Force determined that there wasn't enough evidence to support criminal charges. Now, look at those last two sentences, and let's take a good look at those. Let's analyze those real quick, okay? She uploaded footage that showed her punching, pushing, yelling, and spitting on her dog. But there wasn't enough evidence to support criminal charges of animal abuse. What? In what world is it not animal abuse to and spit on an animal? So you're telling me, according to the LAPD Animal Cruelty Task Force, I can punch puppies in the face, I can push puppies, I can, go around spitting on dogs? That's cool? According to them, it's not a crime to punch a dog, but it is a crime to punch a person. What kind of sense does any of this make? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not understanding the logic behind any of this. So, according to this article, which is coming from Complex, she was allowed to maintain custody of this dog throughout the investigation, which personally I don't understand either. I mean, they literally had the footage that was apparently an accidental upload that showed all this stuff, but she was allowed to keep this dog that she completely abused throughout this footage. They indicated that her case can be reopened if new evidence is presented, so thankfully, if this stupid person ever uploads another video by accident where she abuses her animal by accident, and, uploads it to the internet for everybody and her hundreds of thousands of loyal supporters to see, maybe then they'll reopen the case and deem it not to be animal abuse because, thankfully, she only punched it in the face 4 times in this video, right? So she was placed under investigation because they received several direct messages related to a YouTube video which people believe, quote-unquote, shows animal abuse. I'm gonna keep it a stack solid again. There is no people believe this shows animal abuse. Like, I mean, you can watch the video. It straight up shows animal abuse. There is no, well, people believe this is what it shows. Like, she literally, like, strikes the animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find it crazy how if there was, like, a police dog and, like, someone recorded themselves, like, punching a police dog or, like, spitting on a police dog, they'd be like, oh my god, this is animal abuse. But apparently the LAPD does not think this is animal abuse, It's kind of ridiculous, but now PETA came out and they condemned video as well. Now, of course, PETA's going to come out and condemn the video.
Oh yeah, finally
I
did
know a lot of people, they're hyping all this kind of stuff up. Everyone, especially like with the whole Alinity situation.
Congratulations, PETA. You're one good action to like a few 100,000 bad actions.
Another thing that kind of happened that's related to this whole thing is her ex-boyfriend commented on the allegations and whatnot, said that it made so much sense because apparently she wasn't a fan of animals. He brought up a bunch of weird examples and stuff from when they were together, claimed that she had an odd reasoning of not showering very often, like just a bunch of unrelated things, which people of course thought was like something that needed to really be brought up. Once again, I don't think this is something that I really necessarily care about too much, because it's like, it's unrelated information, number one, and number two, it's just, I think, information that this person is using just to spite them in a moment where they're just in a public, moment of defenselessness, basically. They're like, well, my ex is in the media, they're being destroyed by everybody for good reason, I can jump in and throw a couple low blows, why not? So, I understand, like, eviscerating this chick, but let's do it, in a fair way. So there's ways of doing this without having to throw low blows. Let's win the fight fairly. So I don't understand the mentality of it. It's like, oh, this isn't animal abuse, but it's recorded. And I feel like, honestly, if this was literally anyone else, like if this was just a regular person, I feel like this would probably be considered animal abuse. Like if this wasn't a YouTuber maybe, or like this wasn't a controversy or something, I feel like this would be taken a lot differently. I feel like if the LAPD or whatever got like some random video on Twitter with like 4 likes that didn't blow up or anything of someone in LA like doing literally the exact same thing to a dog, and they found out who it was, that person would be arrested and charged with animal cruelty and whatnot the same day. But of course people are not happy that she isn't being charged, because obviously it seems like the public consensus is that she's in the wrong. And I'm glad that that's the public consensus, because obviously she did something very wrong. People seemed to want punishment for her because of what she did. It wasn't like, there was like some sort of like public outcry against punishment for her or something like that. So I'm not really understanding the whole idea behind not punishing her. Like they literally have no real reason, it seems like. But I guess it's a-okay to like punch dogs and like hit them. So I think in reality, the best moral in this story is, number one, the justice system is messed up. I mean, let's be honest here. The justice system did not work in this situation. I don't know what the problem is here, like why we can't get something like this to work out. You would think this would be an open and shut case, but some kink here needs to be worked out, because people like this should not be getting off with crimes like this, especially when there's literal video evidence of them doing it, uploaded to YouTube for hundreds of thousands of people to see. Number two, and this is realistically, the easiest one and like the most important one, be nice to animals. Don't just go around hitting your dog and like other people's animals. Just, be a normal person, be a good person. Don't just go around like punching animals in the face and like kicking people's cats and stuff. Like, just be a regular person, please. I mean, for the love of God, can you just not? We get it, the dog gets a little hyped up in the video, but does it really need, a nice kick to the throat to be told to stop, realistically? And if you are going to be stupid enough to behave that way, don't upload it to YouTube. Like, just watch your video before you upload it and make sure maybe that, the last 30 minutes of you abusing your animal on camera maybe doesn't end up on the internet. I guess realistically the easiest way to prevent that is just to not be a garbage human being. Don't be a Brookhouse. Don't kick and beat and spit on your dog on camera. Just my 2 cents on the whole thing. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I'm still kind of shocked, if I'm being honest. I guess you literally can just do anything. At this point, you can do anything to the animals, seems like. So, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel, follow me over on Twitter, @SubToptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content.
Coco apologizes over offensive airliner met.
So it seems like every single day, something just happens that just completely out-crazies everything else. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But yeah, it's happened again. Believe it or not, it has happened again. We saw something that is just psychotic. People are actually offended. I don't know if you could believe that or not, but yes, in the year 2019, some people actually do get offended over things. And believe it or not, it's actually something that isn't important, really. That's what's crazy about the whole thing. It doesn't really happen very often, but we got one of those rare gems, man, where people are just actually upset over something that doesn't literally matter at all. So I know what you're already thinking, Optimus. What can it be, man? What can it be now? What are people upset about now? Is it Zac Efron being handsome and playing a serial killer who's handsome? Is it because some girl on the internet said there was only 2 genders on Twitch? Is there a legitimate reason for somebody to be offended and upset that actually makes sense and, you know, is, I guess, really a sensical reason to be upset in the first place? Well, you know, the last one, well, pretty much all of those, no. I've got something better for you, folks. We are now offended.
Yep, this is old Apex.
Napkins.
Energy-powered triple take.
I know you're already thinking, how is it even possible? But it's possible, and it's reality. In 2019, people are actually upset about airplane napkins. So Delta Airlines, one of the biggest airlines in the world, did a partnership with Coca-Cola, the drink that pretty much everyone on planet Earth is aware of. And this is basically a napkin campaign on their airline. These napkins obviously had Coke's branding on them. They were only on Delta Airlines as far as I know. And these napkins weren't your everyday napkin because it actually said that it basically wants you to try and put your name and your number on it and pass it to somebody on the plane. And people are actually mad about it, man. People actually pretty much complained to the point where both of these companies, okay, it wasn't just one of them, both of these companies, Fortune 500 companies, came out and apologized over fucking napkins. The napkin says, okay, and I quote, because you're on a plane full of interesting people, and hey, you never know. And it's got a spot for you to write your name and your number. You pass it to somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing. You don't have to be giving it to somebody that you think's cute. You know, you could just, you know, have had an interesting conversation maybe with the guy next to you. And hey, you want to talk to him a little bit more, maybe you guys do the same thing, same career. Like, honestly, if I were on a plane or something, and I was talking to another YouTuber literally right next to me, that would be something that would make me want to get in contact with that person. And get like, hey, you can, you know, text me or whatever anytime you need to, things like that. That's a pretty good idea, I think. And it says, be a little old school. Write down your number and give it to your plane crush. You never know. Which, yeah, insinuates maybe you give it to the hot chick or the hot dude or whatever on your plane, but that isn't necessarily the sole purpose of these napkins. Basically, the napkins are there to
This actually sounds like a nice idea.
Instead of sit on their goddamn phones the whole time, actually have to go up and interact with another human being, which is just, that's mind-blowing in the year 2019. You can't interact with everyone only through the internet, you know? Wait, hold on. They want you to use something that isn't your phone to talk? You mean I'm supposed to use my mouth and my face and my social skills to communicate with others? What? How dare Coca-Cola? How dare Delta ever try and get me to write my number down and talk to another human being? How dare they try to encourage
It's only 3 o'clock? Are you serious?
Find the love of their life on an airplane. How dare they? But of course, Twitter lit up. There was people offended. People are upset over everything, you know. And of course, the moment that napkins have something on them, there's another reason to be offended. And instead of, you know, just wiping your crybaby ass tears away with these napkins, or just declining to accept the napkins from people on the airplane, the first thing they had to do, of course, was to bully these companies into apologizing because they're offended and they're upset. Now, trigger warning, okay? I am about to show you some images of these napkins. These pictures are not for the lighthearted. They're not for people who are easy to offend. They're not for people who are upset. If you don't have a stomach of iron, I would just look away from the video right now, but, oh God, here they are.
Because you're,
who are easy to offend. They're not for people who are upset. If you don't have a stomach of iron, I would just look away from the video right now, but, oh God.
Because, oh my God! I hate when I do it. Because you're on a plane full of interesting people, and hey, you never know. Be a little old school. Write down the number and give it to your plane crush. You never know.
Oh my God. Yep, that's what people are offended for.
It's so simple.
That is what has upset people to this point. Now, to any normal human being, you look at those napkins, right? And you're like, well, Number one, the sole purpose of the napkin is to be there to clean something in the emergency that you need to clean something. If you need to blow your nose, you use the napkin. If you spill a little bit of your drink on you, you use the napkin. That is why the napkin is there, okay? But it's not just for that. Okay? It's actually something you can use to communicate. Hot chick on your plane, hot dude on your plane, why don't you go give them your name and number? Write it down on the napkin, which doesn't make much sense. Most people have their smartphones on them anyway, and you can just put them in their contacts and whatnot, but it's an old school approach. It makes people actually go out and interact with one another. It makes people go out and actually have to speak to another person, but apparently it's creepy. Okay, it's creepy, which I don't understand. How is this creepy? Because some freaky guy might give you his number that you don't find attractive, okay? That makes him creepy. As if you can't just say, no thank you, I don't want your number. No thank you, I don't want to talk to you. And that's literally the end of the situation right there. So what we do, you know, we're offended over this. Let's go into the mind of the perpetually offended. Well, I'm not going to use this napkin for its intended purpose to clean up a mess, and, I've been checking Twitter, and I haven't seen anything that I can cry about today, and I haven't felt upset, so I can't let the whole world know that I exist by crying about something, so, wait a minute. Oh my god. You just talked to me, and you gave me your phone number? Could I throw it away? Can I throw the phone number away instead of, you know, making a scene or being offended? That way I don't have to deal with the situation anymore, just properly dispose of it. Can I just say, no thank you, I don't want your number to the person? Possibly creating an awkward situation, but at the same time being even more effective, possibly. What do I do here? Do I act like a normal human being, or do I get upset and do I force two companies to apologize over a lighthearted napkin that nobody else in the world has a problem with? Well, yeah, I know what I'm going to do today. I am completely convinced that there is no way that people can actually be upset about these napkins. I mean, you saw them. You can let me know down below. Are these something that would offend you? Because if so, I just need to know, how are you breathing right now? How are you alive? If your feelings are so easily hurt, if you're so offended, how did you make it through however long you've been alive? It baffles me that people actually can be so perpetually offended. Okay, I don't understand it. I mean, there's some people who are so professional at being offended and being victims that they actually can turn napkins into something bad. How can you get that bad? How can you be that offended and upset? I need to know, parents, which one of you are out here raising these soft-ass kids? I mean, god damn, man. Jesus, it seems like every year it just gets worse. Every year, this whole political correctness crap, I'm offended, I'm upset, is just getting worse and worse. We went from being offended at things that actually mattered, okay? We went from being offended to things that actually had a real-world impact. You are not forced to write anything on the napkin. You are not forced to accept anyone else's napkin. You can literally sit down on the airplane, okay? Put your headphones in, ride it out, and never speak to another human being. That is entirely and 100% possible, but man, you couldn't get offended over that. I don't know, maybe you can. Maybe in 2024 people will be offended by that. The biggest problem of all out of this whole situation, like when you look at it, the whole thing.
2024
okay?
people are offended over their. People are
even
offended in
remotely
America
close and
over
upsetting
some
you
black dude
because
being
you're
in
not
a
child,
picture
okay? However, there are people
and saying
who
that
are
the
like
picture's
that, okay? And
racist
they are
when
very
it's
much
not.
the majority, right? I mean, the majority of people get offended.
The reason I say
But
I'm sorry if it sounds bad, because I know there's crybabies that will literally try to bitch and complain to me that I'm being rude when I'm not, and I'm not trying to be mean.
Apologize to them. That is one of the biggest problems with the world right now, is that anyone can get upset over anything, and everyone else has to apologize to them. You can get on an airplane and get upset over some goddamn napkins and what's on the napkin, because they actually tried to promote people talking to one another face to face. They tried to promote people acting like normal human beings, like social creatures. Okay, you can get upset over that because, oh my god, a guy I don't find attractive might give me his phone number. That's something that can just tear you apart on the inside. And then Coca-Cola,
you wouldn't survive Call of Duty, dude.
Take the napkins out of the airplanes.
Ever since I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Warzone, I've literally been hardened almost. I'm starting to like, instead of like crying and when people call me a B word or something, I'm gonna like, I just laugh it off now, I guess. I find it funny when people try to pull their insults.
Do you think anyone's gonna stop drinking Coca-Cola because some fucking idiot got upset on an airplane over a napkin? Do you really think that? There's like 2 countries on Earth where Coca-Cola is not sold. That's North Korea, and I think it's either Cuba or Iran, okay? Coca-Cola is one of the most widely known words, brands, etc. on the planet. But do you really think this is going to affect your business? Do you think that 99.9% of people give a shit about what's on an airplane napkin on a Delta airline? But do you think that that would be something that really just kills your business? Like people are going to mass boycott Coca-Cola because of this? I would almost bet you Coca-Cola's entire 2019 profit margin that wouldn't happen. This isn't something severe enough to stop business up. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous that we even have to apologize to these people. These situations are getting more and more ridiculous, and the groups who get offended are more and more fringe, and they're getting smaller and smaller. And it's like, why do millions of people who don't care have to apologize to you over a napkin? Why are we apologizing to these people? I mean, if there's a legitimate reason, of course, I get that. But this is not a legitimate reason for anyone to ever have been upset. So why even apologize to them? As a matter of fact, more or less, they should just be publicly ridiculed if they get offended over something like this by these companies. Coca-Cola should have came out and said, stop being such pussies, you little babies. Drink a Coke and shut your mouths. That would have been dope. That would have been pretty cool. I would have went and bought a 24-pack of Coke. Keep in mind, I don't drink soda. I'd have went and bought a 24-pack just because they did it. I'll be really honest with you. Why do we have to apologize to these people? When did society accept that, 1% of 1%'s opinion of the whole population, their opinion matters more than literally everybody else's? And at the rate it's going, it's just going to keep getting worse. And it's going to be more and more just stupid situations, okay? And you're just going to see different companies have to deal with things like this. Next thing you know, people are going to be just completely lambasting Pop-Tarts on Twitter because one of the sprinkles is a shade of red that they don't like. And then Pop-Tarts is going to have to just issue an official apology. We're sorry that it's not the right color for this person. We realize our mistake and this will be fixed. When is this going to stop? We're raising generations of just weak-minded pussies who can't accept that things are different and that their opinion just isn't that important. My opinion's not that important either. But you don't see me out here bitching about some Coca-Cola napkins that encourage you to go talk to somebody. I think we need to label perpetual offendedness as a legitimate disorder. Okay, it needs to be a legitimate mental disorder where people are perpetually offended by everything. Because I can't imagine getting on a plane and having my whole day ruined because I looked at a napkin and it had a place for you to fill a phone number out. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'm a millennial. But my parents didn't raise me to be so offended over literally anything and everything. I mean, am I the only one? Is there anyone else out there? Am I the lone survivor? I mean, some of you should just be really thankful that you were born in the time you were, because even if you were born like 50 years ago, life would have been horrible for you. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing down below. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like as always. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SubtOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's just a surefire way, really, to make sure you see updates on all my newest content. I know YouTube's kind of broken. The notifications don't always work, things like that, so follow me on Twitter. Hey, that fixes the whole problem. Join the Discord down below. Lots of great things going on there, and it also has live notifications. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus getting offended over a napkin, man. God.
The kid FaceTimes dead celebrity for clout. Oh boy.
Man, oh man, guys, we got another treat today.
Oh.
Another one that I
Oh, stop playing COD. Stop playing COD. You make me just want to get on COD right now, man. I want Warfare, man.
Really pulling this kind of content off. But you guys know about those FaceTiming people. Oh, they're alive. They answered must watch 3 a.m. kinds of videos. They're pretty much everywhere. Every time somebody passes away, you're going to have a couple dozen of these people, maybe even more than that. Maybe I'm really lowballing that one, but you're going to have all these people coming out making these kinds of videos because for some reason people watch this stuff. For some reason people actually enjoy these kinds of videos where, hey, it's only been 3 hours literally in this case since this person has passed away tragically. Let's go ahead and hashtag pump a video out. You know what I mean? So the unfortunate reality of this one is today Caroline Flack passed away. Now I wasn't super familiar with this person beforehand, but she has been on a slew of different shows like The X Factor, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now, Love Island was one of the more recent ones. Unfortunately, passed away due to suicide. This is something that has obviously upset a lot of people. I mean, it's tragic, man. Suicide is not something that anyone should ever have to deal with, even being like a fan of somebody, or even, God forbid, being family of somebody who does something like this. It's a tragedy that affects people even who weren't actually the one who did it for the rest of their life. I mean, it's horrible, right? But not to the fucking people who get on YouTube and pump out, oh, we're gonna FaceTime them, bro, we're gonna FaceTime them kinds of videos.
You're an actual whore if you think it's good to do that.
What other kinds of videos can you make? Oh, literally an infinite amount of different possibilities? No, fuck it, we're pulling this kind of video off. So, oh my god. Let's go ahead and take a look, guys. Let's go ahead and see what people are up to now.
My god, guys, I have got Caroline Flack's number and I'm going to be proving if she is dead or alive. Yo, guys,
18, 16, 17, 18, 19.
It says, guys,
She's dead, dumbass. So stop denying it.
Apparently, she's dead. Apparently, she's been found dead in her house today. I've got Caroline Flack's number off the internet.
God.
So I'm going to be ringing that.
Okay, videos take a while to make. You had to rush this video.
Well, he's got her phone number and he's going to be proving if the person who tragically committed suicide is dead or alive. Is anyone else kind of understanding this? Kind of seeing the problem with this? Does anyone else understand the problem here, or is it just me? See, I just made ASMR content. It is possible. Imagine that statement coming out of your mouth and you keep a straight face while recording this. I just want everyone to try. I want everyone to go ahead and try to picture yourself doing this.
I
where you
can't.
legitimately tell people, hey, it's unfortunate, but this person committed suicide today, but I got their phone number and I will be going ahead and calling them to see if they're dead or alive. I am convinced that you have to have something wrong with you mentally to make these kinds of videos. I am 100% convinced that something has to be like not wired properly in your head, or something's going on there, right? It just doesn't make sense that people do this and just like they're supposed to be normal human beings.
Where does this river go? I want to see.
Like this. And by the way, let me go ahead and address the big blur on the screen, because I know that people are going to be kind of confused about that. He plugged his Instagram as a fourth of the entire fucking video on screen. Literally does not take it off through the entire duration of the video. And I'm not giving this person clout. I'm not giving them any attention for this one. I'm not shouting them out.
So it's supposed to be like, the river's supposed to kind of go there, but they're kind of like lower over the years, probably. Not that water lowers in this game, but you know, lower-wise. If I find like, what's it called, like this, it's supposed to be water, but I'll connect.
And of course, man, before we even really go into anything here, we're literally just not even doing anything yet. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Go ahead and turn on all notifications for the channel. Like, bro, just buy an animation or something, you know? This is pathetic. Hey everybody, we're going to be FaceTiming that celebrity who tragically committed suicide today. But make sure
this is where it ends, right here.
If there isn't 47,000 likes on this video, I will not make another one, guys. There is no way I will ever make another one.
So it starts in the ocean and ends in here.
Reach the like goal. So make sure that you're just blasting that like button. Make sure that you bend it over and just go to town on that like button, guys. We need 87 million likes on this video if we please could. And I even want to point out that the like and dislikes are hidden on the video along with comments, because he knew for a fact that this was going to get such a negative reaction that he did not want this information to be public. So what is the point in anyone hitting the like button on your video here? Which, I mean, we could just end the sentence at that, and I think it would go ahead and fit what I'm trying to say here. But who wants to hit a like button when they can't even see how many likes are on the video? Hey guys, please give me free engagement on my video. I know you guys want to see how many likes there are, but I'm going to hide that because there's going to be 8,000 dislikes and 400 likes, so...
Alright guys, so I'm going to be turning my screen recording on right now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my screen recording is on. We are going to be actually seeing if Caroline Flack is alive.
Okay, not to be mean or anything, or like not to, I guess, I don't know. But why is it that every time I watch one of these videos and we have to see this, they all look the exact same? Like, there's no difference whatsoever. They're always just some teenager with like a perm. I mean, there's no difference. Like, I think at this point it's just like a personality thing. It's always just these high school aged kids with a perm. Like, I understand you want the curly hair, man. I understand you want those curls to flow and you want your hair to look, you know, nice
That
and shit.
hairstyle,
But bro,
I
you just
don't
can't
like
beat
that.
this. I hate to say it. You just can't pull this off. I mean, this looks horrible. But they all look the exact same when they make these videos. It's mind-blowing to me. I'm about to start FaceTiming whoever's doing their fucking perms, okay? So...
Hello, Caroline. There's rumors that you... Is this true? Please let me know. With a kiss, of course. So I've put, hello Caroline, there's rumors that you are dead. Is this true? Please let me know. And we said that. Let's see if she got the flash reply.
So, I shouldn't even have to point this out. Obviously, this is not Caroline Flack that he's talking to, even though that's what the name would suggest. He just changed a different contact or whatever into that name. But I also love how he can't spell worth a shit, and it takes him 47 seconds to go ahead and type out, like, 2 sentences. Apparently, it's just impossible. I don't know.
Nice stretching
But
for
this is
views.
content, folks. This is content.
Oh, she's typing. Who is this? I'm gonna put in. I'm a YouTuber.
What is the music in the background?
So, do I even need to point out that this is just disrespectful and it's wrong to do something like this? And do I really need to tell you guys this? Or are we all kind of on the same page here? I'm not sure. Go ahead and let me know down below. Make sure you smash that like button and turn on notifications, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I put out a new banger of a video nearly every single day, guys. And it doesn't rely on me FaceTiming people who have recently passed away in tragic different events.
Our commitment to you is delivering the world's most advanced PC. Our passion for chasing...
I just want to know if you're dead or alive. I'm like, please start spreading rumors, don't believe anyone in these days.
He can't even speak! He can't even speak. I mean, I have issues talking sometimes. My sentences might run on a little bit longer than they should. I might use things like to kind of, I guess, bridge my sentences just a little bit too often. But he can't even pronounce 4-letter words, okay? 4, 5, 6-letter words are an issue to him. And he can't even use the, oh my god, I can't even use the correct forms of different words, man. Then again, I wouldn't say that he probably has a very high IQ, okay? He's not, I would say, up there with the muy inteligente folks, okay? He probably just thought I was speaking Italian if he's watching this video, so you know what, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Oh my god, guys, Caroline's actually FaceTiming us right now, guys. Oh my god.
Nice, you found the picture off Google Images.
Whoa, guys.
And also nice, you're actually using someone who killed themselves, which is one of the worst ways to go out, if not the worst way to die.
Are you alive? Like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What is your issue? I need to know. Do we have any doctors in the chat? Anyone like a scientist who can study his brain and see what's going on up there, man? I just don't get it. I don't know if it's the perm that's affecting his mental decisions. I don't know what it is, man, but no, you're not allowed to do this. I'm saying it now. You're not allowed to do this, okay? Like, you need a father to come in and tell you something. Here, let me sun you for a second. You're done, okay? You're done. I don't want to ever see another video like this ever again. I'm calling it now.
Yo, what the frick, guys? Yo, whoa. Hello? Yo, I think Caroline's actually alive, guys. Oh my god.
Please
what the
shut
hell?
Wow, guys, I
the
really think
hell
she's
up.
alive, bro. I'm 100%
I hope you
convinced that
get
she's
locked into
gotta
your
be
house
alive,
when
even
it's
though
on
literally
fire.
every news
I
report
hope you
has
get
confirmed to
burned.
this point
And I
that
hope
she is
it is
unfortunately,
dire.
passed away.
And
But
I
man,
hope
I just
that
faked an
that's the
entire
hope you
YouTube video where I
desire.
FaceTimed a static image that my friend put up on this screen while he rumbles around in his room playing his PlayStation or something, man. Isn't that insane, guys? She's got to be alive. She's got to be alive. No other possibilities, guys. So, yeah, that's the end of the clip. But here's something that I find just really funny, man, okay? This guy had the gumption to go on Twitter and say, and all the hate begins. Because, yeah, you know, you were going to get an extremely positive reception for making that kind of video, man. Like, people were just going to show up and see what you did here, and your video was going to receive critical acclaim. I mean, you might have been nominated for, like, some sort of prestigious award for this content, brother. I can't wonder why people would ever send you hate after doing something like this, man. And no, I'm not going to drop his Twitter or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not going to give him that kind of attention. We'll snipe this one from a distance. We'll make fun of them, but we're definitely not shouting out anything for them. And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. Surefire way to get notifications on all my newest content. Make sure to check out OpTube down below. Lots of great...
Oh man, YouTube story times are horrible.
For over 30 years, Denver Mattress has been improving the sleeping lives of millions, one night at a time. Check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the...
Alright, what's up my favorite people on the internet? So today I kind of wanted to just react to an old classic story here on YouTube. You know, YouTube is the place for stories, bro. You want to come to the internet, you want to hear a good old story, you come here to YouTube, because that's where everybody comes to upload the tales that they have, okay? Now, whether they're real or fake, that's a different story. I've made plenty of stories on my channel, they're all real, and that's why they're not absolutely just, you know, ridiculous fantasies, you know, like, oh, I landed on the moon with my parents, and then we rode a unicorn back to Earth, like, crazy stuff, right? You got these guys talking about how when they were in high school, like, they dunked on a police officer and, like, you know, outran him on foot, and then they bagged, like, 6 girls on a corner, and then they made $1 million the next day. You know, just insane stories that don't make sense. So I just wanted to get down to the reality, you know what I'm saying? Get back to those real stories that I can just listen to and just be like, gee, this really happened. So the channel here, Storytime Animated, they're known for their classic true stories. In fact, that's why they upload them pretty much daily. They upload them pretty much every single day, a new story. That's usually the hallmark of a signature channel with very real stories. They're telling these outlandish, crazy, 10.5-minute long stories every single day. Now, I'm going to just say this. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, get your bag, do your thing, but I just love to hear the stories because, well, they're great. So I just want to add before we go ahead and get into this, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, I have no idea what you're doing, man. You need to go ahead and hit the subscribe and notification buttons down below. That way you never miss another upload again, because there's so many of them coming, so much great content coming your way. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video.
It was a boring day before the vacation began. I was chilling at my college dorm, listening to some music while eating hot Cheetos and scrolling through my social media feed. Suddenly, as I was scrolling, I got a call from an unknown number. Who can it be?
All right, we got the typical day going on here in your college dorm. You know, eating hot Cheetos and scrolling through your social media feeds when you get a call from an unknown number. I also want to add, why is the fucking audio mix in this video so horrible? Like, am I the only one noticing that? Like, all the background noises, the effects, the music, everything is just, like, so loud. Like, I'm struggling to hear what they're saying in the story because the audio is so loud outside of the vocals that, like, I can't even hear what's being told to me.
I thought and picked it up. Hi, Clarice. This is Special Agent Dupin from the FBI. The person said as soon as I picked up the phone. But before we move on, like this video, hit that subscribe button,
come on.
activate the notification bell,
yes.
and you will get a big house in the future.
There we go. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, there we go.
I should like it, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Absolutely. But you know, the true reality.
If you like and subscribe to my channel, you will gain the ability to fly to the moon. No scam. It's called
from the FBI would not want to have his pretty much his fucking name, right? Just like listen.
Wait, what was it saying again?
He told me that they had some
no joke, no scam. There it is.
Visit the police station instantly. I was scared and confused. What news can the FBI have for me?
All right, so this is mistake number 1 in this whole story here. So an FBI agent calls you and tells you to go to the local police station for a briefing? I don't think that's how the FBI works now. I'm quite certain that if the FBI had some news they wanted to tell you, that they would have Agent Doofenshmirtz, or whatever his name was here, show up to your door with a badge and let you know in person.
There, Agent Dupin sat me down and gave me the horribly shocking news. Your family is not your real family. Did you know that? He asked me. No. I replied, all shocked. but not that surprised. They had always treated me like an outsider, and finally, I understood why. I was never close to them. He told me that the FBI had been investigating them for a long time and finally found evidence of them being kidnappers. You must be their victim.
Alright, so this story is moving quite rapidly. So we go from eating hot Cheetos in our room to 25 minutes later being told that we are the victims of a sophisticated kidnapping scheme. Okay. That sounds like a reasonable story. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't, okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna edit this to where like I actually make this have a semblance of like comprehension here. I don't know. So basically, this chick, after being told she was kidnapped, is left on her own because they don't know her real family, and she is now embarking on a quest to try and find her real family, and that's where the story's going.
Then it was time for the real work. First up, I made a digital poster with "Help me find my family" written in big bold letters, along with an emotional statement. I uploaded it all over social media in hopes of some miracle news.
Alright, so the 1 in 10 million chance of, or God knows the odds of that social media post apparently worked, and she basically now, I guess she is gonna find and meet her real family here, folks. It's finally gonna happen.
Some people came forward from the social media posts. Their story watches yours. Their story watches yours. Their story watches yours. They must be your family, he said, and I literally jumped out for joy. I was so happy that I started tearing up. Soon my boyfriend fixed the meeting with my real family and even drove me to their house. When we reached there, I was in awe just at the look of their house. They had a huge mansion with 2 swimming pools and a water slide. Whoa, they're crazy rich.
You know, oh boy, I love doing this part. You know, my man Kanye West wrote a little song back in the day, and it is called Gold Digger, and well, I think that's exactly what we have here, folks. She sees her new family's house, man. It's got a big pool. Richie Rich is in the front yard doing backflips. They got the Travis Scott $500,000 Astro World chain. And she's just like, oh boy, jumping for fucking joy, you know what I'm saying? To be fair, I'd probably be pretty happy too if I was a victim of kidnapping reunited with my family out of Richie Rich. Alright, so look, so far in the story, I'm noticing some stuff that's making me a little skeptical. I don't know about you guys, right? What do you think the odds are of her getting called by an FBI agent here, right? You know, not contacted directly face-to-face, okay? And it not being a fucking tech scammer from somewhere trying to get into her phone or her bank account or something. Telling her to go to her nearest police station.
Taking a break, guys.
Being there.
My gosh, goodbye.